Hey everybody, Scratch Off Chicken Man here, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. We got our tickets for today. We got Crossword, top prize 50 grand, sounds like a plan. We got JAWS, who will be next? Top prize $100,000, that'd be fantastic. Let's get started. Hope everyone's having a good week. I know I keep saying that, but I really do mean it. Still watching Olympics here. Today we are watching the BMX. It's pretty out of control. Some of the tricks that they're doing. And we talked about skateboarding yesterday, but the idea like with BMX now, just it's so much faster. It's so much faster. I know we talked about with the skateboarding with Tony Hawk, Pro Skate. Everyone was playing that for a while, and they hit a point where you just keep smashing buttons and it just gets crazier and crazier. But with the BMX, because it's so much faster, it's completely bonkers. Some of the tricks that they're pulling off. I don't even know what's happening. I don't even know how you judge that stuff when it really gets down to it. Completely insane. Watching that, we were watching. What else were we watching today? Oh, yeah, the surfing. Watching some surfing today. There's a. I did no. Hey, that's not a meme, but there's a picture of a guy and his butt's hanging out. And actually, we saw that go by. My buddy and I, we saw that go by in real time. Like, hey, that's the thing. We both pointed at the screen. Like, that's the thing that we were talking about. Yeah, it was like 9 hours. The actual broadcast was like 9 hours long. We didn't watch all of the 9 hours because that's a really long time. But we started thinking about it. It's like the the surfing like competitions. Like it's you really gotta be patient with that one because you're kind of waiting for the waves to come in. It's not artificial waves. It's not like, and I'm not meaning this in a bad way. Like it's not like with the kayak canoe thing, the slalom, or there's like a river that they make. I'm not saying that's fake, but it's like they created it so they can kind of like they have some control over the parameters that are going on with it. But with the waves and stuff, like you're kind of waiting for these big waves to come in, so you kind of need to be patient for it, and then you kind of when the wave comes in that you want to take, and you go ahead and take that sort of thing. So well, it's interesting. It's interesting to know like that's part of the Olympics is surfing. I think it's kind of interesting that way. Kind of thinking too about the idea with the Olympics. I don't know if this is like nice to say sort of thing, but like in a way, the Olympics kind of shows off how some wealthy people kind of spend their free time. Because like with the sailing, okay, it's one thing to have like soccer. Um, the idea with the soccer, it's like you just kind of need a feel for that. But the idea with like sailing and the boats and stuff like that, like there's a lot of equipment that's really expensive, and like it's one thing to be able to afford the equipment, and then you can afford the time, and the energy and the resources and stuff to go and actually compete in these competitions and qualify and have infrastructure around, maybe your schooling, your college, university, where you can keep doing some of these things. But like, it's not really accessible for a lot of people. Again, soccer, that's accessible. Table tennis, that's accessible. Weightlifting, pick up things, put them down, that's accessible. Swimming, accessible. But yeah, some of these boat related things, like not everyone can afford a boat, let alone a place to keep a boat or a way to get a boat like moved around and stuff like that. Like this, it's kind of one of those things that you know maybe not to say maybe they need to reconsider because I don't think it's fair to punish people because they are part of the haves and not part of the have-nots. But just something that kind of crossed my mind, and I started thinking about it. Like it's amateur sport, like no one's getting paid. Like we're supposed to not getting paid. Maybe there's endorsements and there's people that sponsor teams. Like I saw Flavor Flav was sponsoring the I think it was the water polo team, U.S. water polo team. So like they still need to find some sponsors for some of these things, but they're not really getting paid. And I started thinking about like these cities, they bid on the games and they bid on the games in order to make all this money. You get big profit. Like there's financial reason to have the games where you are. And I started thinking about it. I was like, wait a second. Are the is this like is Olympics like the Spotify of athletics? Where like you ask people to put their stuff up and then you can make TV contracts and then sell that stuff off to advertisers and then like none of the money trickles back down to the actual athletes? Is this one of those things? Is it just me? Is someone else? Was Laws white? Who knows? But yeah, I just want to kind of think about today a little bit. back to sports and back to soccer. Canada women's team. Oh, another thing too, they got in trouble because apparently they were using a drone to spy on some of the other teams, which I think is fair game. I think it's fair game. If you're gonna get the drones out, I think you should be able to use the drones. I'm just saying that. But anyways, they started in. They had 3 games to play. You get 3 points if you win the game. They started -6 on the tournament, so they had to win all 3 of their games in order to have a chance at progressing in the tournament. And it was gonna be all nail biter today. And they managed to get through and they managed to win. Managed to beat Colombia. I don't want to sound like the sports news over here, but it's been pretty exciting having the sports on all day sort of thing. But no, it was a great game. It was fun watching it, just the energy. And they're just like we did it, we played all 3 games. Our coach apparently had a drone that was cheating, stuff like that, but we overcame. I really hope they win it all. I don't wanna jinx it or anything like that, but I really hope they win it all because it'd be kind of crazy and funny. Yeah, known as the team with the drone, and they still won anyways. Won without a coach. That's all Jose team too. Teams don't have coaches. Actually, this is one thing that was kind of crossed my mind too, because actually during the surfing, they were talking about how the coaches win the water with the athletes, and it's just like, oh yeah, I guess they do need coaches. And then the BMX and skateboarders, they all have coaches. Like table tennis has coaches. Like everyone has a coach, and I used to make, I still do actually. It's not something that went away, but I still have some feelings towards the idea of a life coach. I think there's a lot of people that are life coaches. Where I'm like, really? Are you just an accountability coach, or someone just kind of needs to tell someone what they're doing, and then like you kind of just make sure they're doing the thing they should be doing? Is that it? But yeah, like a lot of professionals, they all have coaches. So the idea, like maybe people do need coaches. Maybe I've been sitting on the wrong side of this fence the whole time. Something to think about. All right, we are through this crossword. Big up margin. An E would have been nice. An E would have opened up a whole lot of options here. Yeah, E would have given us like 5 words. We would have been way closer to getting out of our state of crippling debt. Yeah, basically E. E would have been the thing. E would have been sweet. Let's move on to this other section here. Let's see what they're saying. But yeah, soccer was pretty good today. Okay, we got boat. Oh, this is again. It's funny how the life works in mysterious ways. Here we talk about boats, and there's a boat, and there's a gem, and there's a necklace, and there's a ring, and there's a coffee. Well, we would have won. Okay, like not much, like $6, $18. That's okay. That's what we tell ourselves when we don't have any other options. Reminder: smash that like button if you wanna help support the channel. Moving on to JAWS. Who will be next? I'll probably watch the BMX again. It's probably like it was really, really over the top. Some of the things they were doing. I watched the finals a lot, but it kind of had the qualifying on off to the side a little bit. We'll see that one again. All right, so those are numbers: 7, 33, 31, 11, 39. 100 grand. We got like our biggest win so far is if you get an anchor, you get $20. And we did get that. We got that on Monday. Oh, it's just stinging. 33, 31. Here's 32. 36. Oh, it's just toying with my emotions right now. Oh, other thing too, I haven't watched it yet, but the women's gymnastics, Simone Biles. What is this? Is this an anchor? Is this an anchor with $20? Are we seeing that? Look at that. Feeling good. Pretty sure we're not getting anything else on this card, but that's okay. $5 card, and we got ourselves $20. Anyway, back to the Olympics here. Simone Biles, absolutely just freak of nature when it comes to gymnastics. So I saw some of the things popping up on Instagram, Facebook, and stuff today. The U.S. team won gold. Not that anyone was expecting they wouldn't, but you'd be surprised if they didn't. But the idea that just I kind of want to see how bonkers all that stuff was, because like I saw one clip of her doing like a flow routine, Simone Biles doing a flow routine, and she launched herself like 10 feet in the air and was like flipping around and stuff. And I'm just thinking, like on on like a good day in a car accident where you don't have your seatbelt on, that's what it probably looks like when someone goes through the windshield or at like the window or something like that, and she's like launching herself and just flipping around and lands on her feet and smiling and stuff. It's like, oh, you, the closest thing that we have to a superhero, pretty much, superpowers. All right, so looking at this, we did get an egger. We got $20, not too shabby. All right, moving on here. Bonus. What do we see in here? We got a boat. Do we got a second boat? Is this life? Is this real life? We were talking about boats. And it's giving us 2 boats, and it's probably going to give us, like, fishing rod. Oh, how did I call that? How did I call that fishing rod? Because 2 boats and a fishing rod. They go together, but we need another one that we got to put $50 plus $20. We would have $70. That would have been pretty sweet. So, nothing on Crossword. We did get 1 word, but we needed an E or something like that. So, and a boat in the lucky symbol. In the boat and lucky symbol. And then we got $20 on JAWS today. Not too shabby. We got, I think it's $43 on the week so far. I think we made up the week actually. Yeah, because $8 a day with all these cards here. $8 and times 4, and then 5, and then $40. Yeah, we're actually up right now. We're at $3. Not too shabby. I hope everybody has a good rest of their day. And yeah, see you in the next one. Good luck, guys.